What are the biggest challenges in running a museum?
We're a museum of modern and contemporary art, so we need to present art that is the art of today, art that is absolutely cutting edge, and the competition is fierce. If you place an object in a museum, for instance, if we took your bag and placed it here, would that make it art?
Okay.
Her til efteråret præsenterer vi den argentinske kunstner og sociolog Lola Arias og hendes udstilling, som hedder The Square.
Vi kan ikke som museum lade os skræmme af udtryk, der overskrider grænser. Det kan vi ikke gøre.
Nu är det dags för mat och vi har dukat fram en fantastisk buffé. Svampfylld rostad majskyckling. Jag vill jättegärna ta det lite lugnt. Ja, men
How often would you say that you take women that you don't know very well and have sex with them? You know their names?
Yeah?
So what's my name?
We have this old saying in Scotland, what's for you will no go past you. In other words, if something's meant to be, it will be. With 30 years of living and guiding expeditions in the Himalayas, I've led a pretty unusual life. And to be honest, I am lucky to still be here. I don't think it surprised anyone when I said I wanted to celebrate my 50th by going away for a while. That life is a funny way of not giving you what you want, but giving you what you need.
Realism is the practice of accepting a situation as it is.
What you're saying is what you see is what you get.
But what you see is not what I get. They call me lucky.
President Roosevelt escaped.
How does a 100-year-old tortoise escape?
I hope he turns up soon for Howard's sake.
I got this anxiety attack. I fell.
Lucky fell down.
Let's not make a production out of it.
No sign of concussion. Lungs are great, even though you smoke. You get much exercise.
I walk around all the time. I do 5 yoga exercises every day.
Nice outfit there, cowboy.
I was scared to death. I started thinking there's nothing out there. It's all black. The void. Este amor apasionado, anda torvo alborotado por volver, sé querer.
There she is, doing her business, writing her blog, helping the homeless. Here she comes, it's her.
For a limited time only, you can rekindle that romance for 40% off. Buy now and we'll throw in a set of steak knives.
Here she is, it's her. It's her. It's her.
feeling stuck. I spent a month on the floor, overwhelmed with stress. So when it finally went completely out and I was screaming on the floor in pain, I called Dr. Sarno.
The pain is generated in us when we put ourselves under pressure to be perfect and good.
I was so bad personally. During a radio show, I had to lay down on the floor. It was such a great barometer of what was going on inside of me.
What do you mean psychological? I feel it. You think I'm making this pain up in my arm?
I must have spent 15 years of my life in this position.
Your body's telling you take a break and let some other person be awesome for a little while.
There's such a strong cultural mindset that the only legitimate way of treating disease is by giving drugs.
You know, my dad was hit by a car, and he was killed.
Feelings, that's what we're talking about here.
I've been creating pain so as not to deal with things.
I had diarrhea for 6 months, and it turns out I was just scared shitless.
That is one angry foot.
I was working 4 jobs. That was too much. It was too much.
And that fury will evoke physical symptomatology as a defense against the rage.
I mean, rather than burning down the Capitol, they are turning that anger against themselves. Right?
Exactly.
Why isn't this being looked at?
They say enlightenment isn't in the attaining of truths, it's the removing of lies.
We're talking about life and death. And when I say we, I mean the human race.
I believe I'm finding a way out of this, but it's going to be a long road.
Many people say you saved my life.
All of this because of one simple idea, the fact that the mind and the body are intimately connected. That's the whole story.
This was fun being in your documentary.
Well, we heard about this small kid from Coos Bay who could run.
There's Prefontaine.
Kid we had to see, you know, real fire eater.
He was the last you'd expect to finish first.
Hey, guys. Steve Prefontaine. It's the Beverly Hillbillies.
But he had the courage to dream.
Forget Jim Ryan, he's done. I'm gonna be the first Steve Prefontaine.
Peace. The desire to compete.
Cocky little mother.
I'd like to bottle it, force feed it to the rest of you guys. The will to win.
There's no fall back here, no great stride. Gee, Bill. No long legs, nothing.
Hollywood Pictures presents...
You're Steve Prefontaine? I'm not thinking about making the team. I'm thinking about gold in Munich.
The true story.
And that's Steve Prefontaine. I'd better be worried. What if I don't win? I'm scared.
Of one man.
They're afraid of you. Don't be afraid of them.
The peace of the Olympics was shattered. Who was born to run.
It's all ruined now. This is not how it's supposed to be. I've been dreaming about this since I was 16.
He shattered the records.
All of my life, people have said to me,
defied the rules.
You're too small, Pre.
Challenged the limits.
You're not fast enough, Pre. Give up your foolish dreams, Steve. Prefontaine going for the lead. I have to win.
From the producer and director of Hoop Dreams, Prefontaine.
And I still have all of my name tags and contestant cards from all the tapings I've been to. Pretty sure it was 37 altogether.
So one week I got into like watching Price is Rights from like 1973. The same refrigerator freezer was on 4 different episodes that I watched, and it was $789 all 4 times. I'm like, well, see, there it is. There's proof. So that kind of inspired me to start tracking prices or keeping records, if you will. It's just sad that people don't know the whole story. So I appreciate being able to tell it.
Without those people, I would have had to work for a living.
How many people don't think Billy killed my folks?
Not many.
So some people don't think you did.
I don't know.
No, that's not fair. That's not fair. If I ask you how many, and you say not many, then that means some don't.
Maybe a handful.
You don't think you did it?
Jail's where Billy Coyle belongs.
You know something. You know something and you're not telling me.
You're a lender, you tell me. Senior wanted Billy in jail, and that's what he got.
Oh, gee, sweet tea. What's your number? Huh? You want another drink? You know what?
Don't miss my point. Senior did it out of honest to God grief and sorrow, and he thought he knew the truth.
I don't care. I've been one of you last fucking lenders.
Billy, go home, God damn.
Did my mom leave with Billy's hat on?
I don't know. Billy,
Did my mom leave with Billy's hat on?
Billy deserved to be in jail.
You tell me what you think happened that night.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And that's the God's honest truth. I don't.
A mechanic is somebody who can fix something. An auto mechanic fixes a car, a body mechanic is a professional killer. I'm a card mechanic, I can fix a card game.
Ace of cards, Richard Turner.
He can do things with cards no one else can do. He's a trickster.
He is demonstrating the moves used by cheaters, the most difficult things you can do with a deck of cards.
I represent why you should never play cards with strangers.
When I saw Richard Turner perform, I was in the presence of greatness.
About halfway through the show, you can see different members of the audience realize it. This guy can't see.
It was 1963. I was told you will eventually lose all your sight.
He had an eye disease, something they can't do anything about.
I was very mad, and a little bit of rebellion was starting to fester.
Part of his lifestyle was being not blind.
He did not want to be treated any differently.
He actually did stuff that he really shouldn't have done.
You're legally blind. Well, how could you possibly fight?
I don't know. Find out.
Don't tell him he can't do something.
He's on the crazy end of obsessive compulsive.
He never puts the cards down.
He never takes a break.
He makes that little sound all the time.
Turner is also legally blind.
Tell them about your eyesight.
People have introduced me saying, oh, by the way, he's blind. What does that have to do with anything?
Wait, are you trying to break up with me because your mother doesn't like me?
I don't want to do this. It's just that my mother's everything to me.
Well, your mother's a bitch.
Watch it, okay? See, this never would have worked out anyway with that kind of pejorative attitude. This is for the best.
Are you kidding? You know what? You're the biggest dick I have ever met.
Sure.
Jesus.
I don't see how having a baby not age changes anything. It still shackles you.
But it not aging really takes the pressure off. I'm not sure I can explain this to you.
When abortion was made illegal on a federal level, Congress passed stem cell laws to placate the left. The Republicans said, you give us abortion and we'll give the Democrats stem cell research. That allowed pharmaceutical giants like our parent company to proceed with a number of stem cell experiments on human fetuses. Now, at some point, there was a botched experiment. 1,000 or so babies inherited this defect. No one can figure out what caused it, and no one knows how to reverse it, so she started a subsidiary, Infinity Baby, to find homes for these babies. And that's what we do.
This is serious.
This is my friend Lena.
She's a musician and an artist. She also happens to be from Palestine. These are my friends from Israel. They want to meet Lena, and Lena wants to meet them. And I want everyone to meet each other and hold hands and sing We Are the World. But we can't. Friendship is not exactly a valid reason to cross the border here. So, if I was going to introduce everyone, we needed a reason, an excuse. And that's how we started our band.
I don't think this band is about music, because this band can't do music.
All we had to do was play one song together, any song.
Great, I'm so glad you're so enthusiastic.
We have so many problems, and the way we choose to deal with it is to build a wall.
I read once, if women rules the world, we will have only jealous countries. No war, only jealous countries. So that's fine. I can handle jealousy, but I can't handle war.
The two of you have been named as the equal benefactors in the estate, which should be really simple, but your parents' finances, unfortunately, are a mess. Did they confide in you at all about their finances?
They haven't.
No, me either. They've been living all over the world for the last 15 years in the developing countries. I could not find any money in any bank. Their records are 9 different languages.
So, what are we supposed to do?
Well, if we had some paperwork, that could certainly...
Sorry.
I've been on the phone to Sri Lanka. I've got a tracking number for a delivery that's coming to your house.
What are they sending?
They're sending paperwork and personal belongings.
I don't want any of their belongings.
No, you don't want your parents' personal belongings. But you might want that paperwork because if you don't have the paperwork, it would take a very long time for those assets to change hands. So you want the paperwork.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll get the paperwork and I'll divvy up the assets between the two of you.
I've always thought I was like as good, if not better, than the other people that are getting the opportunity. Delivery. I asked Alexa, I'm like, can I invite strangers in our home and charge them? Would you be okay with that? Alexa said, you're crazy if you think people are gonna pay money to come eat at our house. It was more like, how long is this gonna last? Whatever, but we'll try. Hi, welcome. Chair.
It was never supposed to be like how we're gonna turn this into a restaurant. It was just, okay, Jake needs an outlet for his food creativity and this is what we're gonna do.
It's pretty cool that someone can, in their home, do an underground dining. We're gonna open up a restaurant. To me, it's not about ingredients, because I get like this thought, but the thought doesn't really have a picture to it. It's really got a feeling. I mean, in the beginning, it's like, run, you're trying to start something, build something amazing, but then all of a sudden you like look back like, oh my God, where am I?
In a dinner party, you don't want to be like Debbie Downer, be like, well, actually, let me tell you the flip side of how all of this has gone down. There's always been like the yin to the yang in terms of personal loss.
Life would be better in the culinary world if the chef owners cook your food. Smaller restaurants.
It's like I'm feeling this pressure from people to just find someone and get into a relationship.
Oh, wow. Hi, I'm Beck. You want to get married?
Fuck that,
Pathetic.
man. Right?
Uh-huh.
I like being like a weird loner guy.
You know what? It really suits you.
We should hang out and be weird loner guys together.
Okay.
I'm serious.
Okay.
Let's freaking get out of here. You know what I mean? Go away for the weekend.
All right. Where are we going?
I don't know. Someplace cool.
Uh-huh.
Because we're cool.
Sure.
And just someplace away from all the shell hoarding boyfriend, girlfriend versions of people.
Oh, I'm down for that.
Yeah?
Oh, I'm down.
Okay. Let's play a game.
Uh-oh, he's moving.
On the count of 3,
Yeah.
we'll both say a place.
Good.
Same place.
Yeah.
That's where we're gonna go.
Oh, I like this.
Yeah?
Yeah, do it.
Okay.
Let's go.
I'll start.
Hit me. Come on.
1,
2.
3. Disneyland.
Switzerland.
Shit.
It was close.
The Recluse Estate has sentenced detained American to 15 years of hard labor.
Life is life.
There's another country, another
Planet.
yes planet.
Life. Life is life.
Life is a terrible doctor. We cannot invite you here.
We rise. We grow.
He wanted to beat him up,
We walk.
and so did I.
We never fall.
We'll have a discussion. Sorry.
Biggest disguise as far as the dawn. We walk.
People wanted to just sabotage this and looking for the smallest excuse to shut the whole thing down.
We sleep.